For those of you that are watching this video, I want you to pay extreme attention to what I'm about to tell you and what I'm about to show you. Prophecy is slowly being fulfilled, and many of us are clueless to what's going on. I'm going to share with you two scriptures, two passages of scriptures. And then after that, I'm going to share with you an article and a couple of videos. And I want you to compare the articles and videos with the scriptures that I'm about to share with you and tell me what you think. I believe that these scriptures line up so well with what I'm about to show you, because if I go back 10 years ago, this wouldn't be the case, but it is the case now. The first scripture is Revelation chapter 8, verse 7. The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood. And they were cast upon the earth, and a third part of the trees was burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. Job chapter 1, verse 14 through 20. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of Yahuwah your Elohim, and cry unto Yahuwah. Alas, for the day of Yahuwah is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty it shall come. Is not meat cut off before our eyes? Yeah, joy and gladness from the house of Yahuwah our Elohim. The seed is rotten under their clods. The garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down. For the corn is withered. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yeah, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Yahuwah, to thee will I cry. For the fire hath devoured the pastures of wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire have devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Now, I want to share with you these two articles and a couple of videos. This article here states, the U.S. cities are losing 36 million trees a year, and here's why it matters and how we can stop it. Now basically they talk about stopping it by planting new trees, but let's read this article. This article says, if you're looking for a reason to care about tree loss, this summer's recorded break-it heat waves might be it. Trees can lower summer daytime temperatures by as much as 10 degrees Fahrenheit, according to a recent study. A study published last year by the U.S. Forest Service found that we lost 36 million trees annually from urban and rural communities over the 5-year period. That's a 1% drop from 2009 to 2014. If we continue on this path, cities will become warmer, more polluted, and generally more unhealthy for inhabitants. Wow. Now, you want to ask yourself, what is causing the tree loss? Well, basically, the tree loss is being caused by fires, storms, and things of the such. And so this article basically is trying to get people to join us in our adventure to plant trees in a hurry, because they're all vanishing very quickly. This next article states, millions of animals are dying from the Australian fires, and the environment will suffer for years to come. In a grim video posted on Twitter, a man drives into the fire-raged town of Batlow in the Australian state of New South Wales. Both sides of the road are covered with ash and lingering smoke. They are also littered with the charred remains of animals killed in the wildfires that have rippled through the region. The blazes, which have been burning across Australia for months, have razed homes and wiped out entire towns. Across Australia, nearly 18 million acres of land have been burned, much of it brushland, forests, and national parks, home to the country's beloved and unique wildlife. Nearly 500 million animals have been impacted by the fires in New South Wales alone, with millions potentially dead, according to the ecologists at University of Sydney. That figure includes birds, reptiles, and mammals, except bats. It also excludes insects, frogs, meaning the true number is likely much higher. The total number of animals affected nationwide could be as high as 1 billion, according to Christopher Dickman, the University of Sydney ecologist who led the report.
Make no mistake about it, our forests are in trouble. Whether it's increasing frequency and severity of storms like hurricanes and tornadoes and floods, to wildfires. Last year alone, in the United States, we lost millions of acres of forest lands because of wildfires. Fires that burn so hot, these forests will not naturally regenerate.
Sanctify ye a fast. Call a solemn assembly. Gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of Yahuwah your Elohim, and cry unto Yahuwah. Alas, for the day of Yahuwah is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty it shall come. Is not meat cut off before our eyes? Yeah, joy and gladness from the house of Yahuwah, our Elohim. The seed is rotten under their clods. The garners are laid desolate. The barns are broken down. For the corn is withered. How do the beasts groan? The herds of cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yeah, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Yahuwah, to thee will I cry. For the fire hath devoured the pastures of wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. As you can see, the scriptures are true. These are the days where the birth pains have begun. The scripture says, ask ye now whether ye see a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. As you can see, judgment is beginning to happen upon the entire face of the earth because of all the sins that are done in the earth. Yah has returned judgment of fire upon the earth. Don't the scriptures say, there is none righteous, no, not one. All have sinned and all fall short of the glory of Yah. Remember these images. This is what's going on in our world today.
Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.